Hello, and welcome back to Too Many Books. My name is Sean, and today we have a special one. We have, there's no top foam. That's surprising. The previous editions have all had, foam on each side. This one did not have top foam. This, my friends, is Solaris. Stanislaw Lem from Conversation Tree Press. This is the Deluxe edition. And man, it's going to be beautiful. Not only is this going to be an exquisite publication, nice little acrylic on the side of the slipcase there. Originally, the Deluxe was acrylic on all sides, but there was some backlash around that slipcase, which is a shame. I thought it looked really nice, so they went back to the drawing board, came up with this design instead, which is, only got a quarter acrylic. Nice little suede lined. But wow. This is not only a fine press edition of this beautiful novel, look at the gilding on top, but it is also the first print version. We have a little bit of schmutz, a little bit of bonus leather, it appears, on the cover there. Interesting. There we go. Came off. It is the first ever print version of Bill Johnston's direct Polish to English translation. Now, this is heralded as a masterpiece of science fiction. I have not read it yet, so I am excited to read this for the first time. But apparently the translation that has been widely available was less than faithful to Lem's original publication. And Bill Johnston did a direct Polish to English translation. They said he's been working alongside the Lem Foundation, along with Faber and Faber, to try and make this be the more widely available translation. It's available via ebook. I think audiobook uses this translation as well. But it has never been done in print. So this is the first print edition. I know there was some kind of pushback from some folks over on Reddit or on Library Thing. It has artwork by Matt Murphy. An afterword by Jerzy Jarzębski. Afterword translation by Alexandra Sobczak-Kowalski. Probably butchering the hell out of those names. My apologies. One thing to note, I did not get the email, at least I could find. I know some people received an email from Conversation Tree saying, hey, this was supposed to have a tipped-in illustration of the standard edition's artwork. The standard edition was bound in printed cloth. This is printed in prestige premium goat skin from a fine goat skin provider over in the UK, with each copy being hand marbled by Freya Scott from Paperwilds. So each copy is going to be slightly unique. I think this looks just absolutely stunning. But the standard edition did not have a dust jacket, but it had printed cloth. It had artwork by Matt Murphy printed right on it. And that artwork was supposed to be tipped in to this deluxe edition, but I guess there was some sort of miscommunication or some sort of error there that prevented it from being tipped in. So my understanding is that good old Tony from Conversation Tree reached out to everybody and said, hey, we can do one of two things. You can keep your copy, and we can send you the tipped-in artwork, like separately, or with the book if you haven't received your copy yet, if it hasn't shipped yet, or you can return your book for refund. I don't know how many people are going to return their copies. I'm not returning my copy, and by all means, send that artwork over. I am A-okay with that. Murphy's artwork here, very nice. One of the downsides to being printed directly on the same page as the printing is you might be able to see it in this artwork in particular. You kind of see you can't make out the words, but you can almost see kind of like grail poking through on the artwork, which is unfortunate. But I mean, that's just kind of what happens with letterpress printing and the artwork being printed directly to the pages. The pages this is printed on is 95 pound. Oh God, what kind of stock is it? I had just read this too, but it's a nice little prestige paper. The collector's edition, the standard edition, was actually printed on the same page stock. They actually got an upgrade for the standard edition. Meanwhile, this edition had a nice little upgrade to the leather itself. This is leather that is typically used and reserved for lettered editions across the fine press market. So it's pretty spectacular to get that leather in your hands. As I said, I have not read Solaris, but I know it deals with a scientist dealing with his past. I didn't want to read too much into it, which I probably should have, but woe is me for not doing that. My apologies. Murphy's artwork that artwork right there is kind of creepy. Is this supposed to be creepy? Oh, you know what? I'm thinking it is supposed to be creepy because it says like a doll, but a living doll. And that is exactly the vibe I'm getting from that artwork. Very creepy, doll-like image. So I'm excited to read Solaris for the first time. Even more excited to read the more faithful translation, which I guess restores, like some of the characters' names themselves had been changed in the more widely available translation, which is disappointing, but unfortunately it does happen. But man, what a beautiful book. Conversation Tree, they knock it out of the park every time. If you haven't seen any of their books, they are a newer fine press on the scene. They've only done a handful of titles thus far, but every single title from them has just been spectacular. Huge shout out to their edition of Treasure Island, which is disgustingly large. I mean, I will admit that. Like, it's not the best for reading, but man, that is one hell of an art piece. Like, that thing is using driftwood for the boards. I have a whole playlist on this channel of the Conversation Tree unboxings. I have done one for all of their titles thus far at the deluxe tier. Originally, when I had started off, the very first title was Peter Pan. And I was thrilled to have picked up The Mirror and Afterword by Jerzy, Jarzębski. I'm butchering the hell out of that. Peter Pan, I was thrilled to have picked up the standard edition and artist note. Matt Murphy. I love when they put artist notes in here. The standard and deluxe of Peter Pan. There we go. Matt Murphy with a stamp as well. So Peter Pan on the channel, I actually have a comparison video of the standard against the deluxe. The deluxe is running miles around the standard. I mean, the standard's a beautiful book, but the deluxe is running rampant around it. I wish I could have continued on with doing standard and deluxe. It'd be cool to do a nice side-by-side comparison, especially when there's a paper difference between the two of them, just to showcase the thickness in them. But my wallet says no, so if I'm going to stick between the standard or deluxe, I'm going to try to stick with the deluxe here. But anyways, Solaris is, I believe, fully sold out. There were 400 of the collector's edition, which is the standard edition, 200 of the deluxe edition, and 26 lettered copies, all printed letterpress from Nomad Letterpress. The deluxe edition is hand-bound by Ludlow, which is fantastic. Number 57 matches a lot of my Ludlow titles, or my Rich Tong titles. He's one of the binders at Ludlow. In goatskin from Harmatan and Oakridge's fine leather range. Custom hand marbling by Freya Scott Paperwilds. It is printed on Fedragoni Arena White, 140 gram per square meter, which is about 95 pounds. 95 pound stock paper. But man, what a stunning volume. Now, Conversation Tree is definitely not the press for just casual book lovers. You got to be a pretty hardcore book lover to want to buy in at these prices, but you are getting your dollar's worth at these prices. Believe me, these are just, wow. These are arts in book form. If you want to just live vicariously through me, be sure to subscribe to the channel here, because I will continue to buy the deluxe editions as I can. I'm definitely going to be picking up Tigana by Guy Gavriel K when it goes on sale in just a few weeks. I mean, that'd be, still months out before that one actually is completed and shipped, but I will have it on the books. No pun intended there. But anyways, I do at least one book review a week on the channel here with plenty of unboxing videos, including various small presses, such as Conversation Tree, such as Curious King, such as Suntup when I'm able. Lots of presses out there that I cover. So anyways, thank you guys very much for watching. Like I said, be sure to subscribe, check out Conversation Tree. Even if you're not able to buy the books, just to admire the pictures, the images of these. They are, wow, they are stunning. But if you are able to get your hands on a Conversation Tree press, I highly encourage you to do so. So, stick around, and eventually I will have an art print to unbox for you, a very quick unboxing of the cover of the collector's edition that was going to be tipped in. But anyways, thank you again, and we'll see you next time.